Welcome aboard this live launch with Hunky-Dory TV. The crafting captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign and we are now cleared for takeoff. In preparation for launch, please ensure all of your troubles and worries are properly stowed. You won't be needing those today. Our flight time will be a craft-filled 60 minutes or more, and the Hunky-Dory crew are now ready for departure. At this time, we ask you to sit back, relax, and enjoy our video presentation. Live launch takeoff in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have live launch liftoff.
Good morning everyone, happy Wednesday and welcome to Hunky-Dory Craft TV. We have such a good show for you today. I absolutely love this collection. But I'm not alone today. Making sure that things go smoothly over in the production area is lovely Gemma. Good morning Gemma. And then doing the demonstrations for today, and they're going to be so fun, I already know. It's lovely Kat, of course, it's Wednesday. Kat, if you're not here on a Wednesday, I would be very worried about where you were.
Don't say that.
I know, but it's okay, she's here.
Eventually I will have a Wednesday off.
I know, you will do at some point. So we have an absolutely amazing stamp collection for you. If you love steampunk, if you love being able to create things really easily, then this one is something for you, and you're going to be able to stay tuned to watch them come to life in Kat's amazing demonstrations. But before we get into that, let's have a look at this week's Win It Weekly competition. So this week's Win It Weekly is a chance to win quite a cool gift. And look at this, we're giving away 7 winners. Have we upped this week because we're celebrating? 7 winners are going to be in with the chance of winning, and of course it's birthday themed, the most fantastic party pieces for the love of stamps and Moonstone die bundle. Now if you love stamping and you love fussy cutting, this will ease all of that for you, because each stamp set you see on this incredible sheet here, which is jam-packed full with loads of fun birthday themes, then has a coordinating die which you just pop over the top once you've stamped it, and it cuts it out perfectly for you. I love this stamp set, it's so much fun. If you want to win it, this is the question you've got to answer. You need to like, share and comment. Guess the cost of the world's most expensive birthday party. Now, let me see if I can read this. It's a little bit small. A, 27.2 million. B, 13.7 million. Or C, 33.4 million. It's a lot of millions.
It's a lot of millions.
I'd like £1 million birthday party.
Well, I've started looking for my 40th and it soon adds up, so I can see how you can get silly prices.
That is crazy. I don't even know. That, I mean, it's going to be quite high, isn't it? It's the most expensive one in the world, but wow, those prices are crazy. So like, share and comment for your chance to be in with the chance of winning that fantastic bundle. 7 winners is absolutely awesome, and we're going to be announcing those on Friday's show, so make sure you're here tuned in to find out if you are a lucky winner. Okay, let's get to it, because I cannot resist showing you these any sooner. Have a look at this quick VT and I'm going to run you through absolutely everything you can get today. So how incredible are they? Stacey has designed for you here a stamp which fits perfectly onto your essential tag pads, whether you've got it in craft, whether you've got it ink me, or whether you're going to treat yourself to our brand new one which we're going to introduce you to today. They're absolutely fantastic. This is our For the Love of Stamps Steampunk collection. Now in here you're getting a whopping deal because you're going to save £12. It contains all 4 of these incredible stamp sets. You can get a little glimpse of what I've got to show you there, but I'm going to get the boards out because I think you can really see the detail in these boards. So what you will receive on your stamps is on this side. You're going to get the main stamped tag image, which you can see here, and then you're going to receive sentiments. We've got 4 on each, and then you've got some little added elements which you can use as backgrounds if you're wanting to pop these on cards. But we were talking on Hobby Maker about how fantastic these are just going to look wrapped around the bottle neck for birthdays. It's going to look so fun and just really jazz up any sort of gifts that you're gonna get. But also you can pop them on cards and they look absolutely stunning as part of a main sort of topper centerpiece as well. So you're gonna get 4 different stamp sets in here. This is the first one. This one is your Clockwork Moments A6 stamp set. You get 8 stamps in total, and you can also get these on a 3 for 2. So if there's just 3 that you're wanting to get, then that is the best way to do them. Apart from our incredible bundle, of course, because you're going to save £12 if you do it that way. The next one we have for you is our Metal Blossom. This one has the beautiful sort of really gorgeous floral designs. I love the way that Stacey's put this flower together, and you can really imagine how it would look if it was made from metal as well. You've got 9 stamps included in here because you've got an extra sentiment. You've got 3 beautiful sort of different cogs on here as well. Along the side you've got some added extra elements as well, including that little chain, which I think is great for creating borders with. So that is your Metal Blossoms A6 stamp set. Next up for you we have one of my favourites, the Noble Lion. This is our A6 Noble Lion stamp set. You can see just how gorgeous these look as well when stamped directly onto your essential tag pads. So incredibly detailed as well. You can see him with his little monocle and that fancy hat with his crazy sort of super eyewear there as well. Absolutely love this. You get 8 stamps included in this. The sentiments are courage, strength, bravery, handsome. We've also got another different type of cog detail, which I love, that it's always different on each one. And then you've got that corner piece as well for you. And then the last one I think is everyone's favourite in the office. We all loved crafting with this one. This is the Queen Bee A6 stamp set. 8 stamps included in this for you here. Your sentiments are bright, kindness, dedication, and queen. You've got different types of cogs on there again, but then you've also got some honeycomb detail and that sort of larger hexagon here as well that you'd be able to use to create really fun detailed backgrounds with as well. And remember, you can stamp over these to create backgrounds and maybe do it in coloured ink. Second generation stamp it so it sits behind this beautiful detailed image. There is so many different things that you can do it. They all are absolutely incredible. When you get these in the bundle where you get all 4 of them, it's £20, which means you're going to save £12 overall, which is really, really incredible. They're absolutely gorgeous. I think they're one of the most favourite stamp sets we have ever done. There is nothing quite like these that I've seen around, which I think makes them even more special. So I'm so excited now to go straight over to Kat because she's going to show us an amazing way of using these.
Just pinching a tag because mine had disappeared.
Oh, you left them on the desk?
Panically looking around, but I found them at the side of me. So let's go straight in. I am going to use this beautiful one with the flower and the cogs. What was the name?
The Metal Blossoms.
The Metal Blossoms. So I'm going to use this stamp in 2 different ways on this card. I'm going to obviously stamp up my tag here and colour it in, but then I'm also going to use it to create a background as well.
Fancy.
So when I'm doing stamping onto my tags, of course, you'll see me today sometimes I'll just be using a block, and other times when I'm wanting it for the actual tag, I'll be using my stamping press. But because we've only got a slim border around the edge, you might be easier, like I'm doing here, going in with your masking tape to hold it in place.
I think using your masking tape versus your magnets is the best way to do it. It makes sure that it's in line, it's in place, and that whole border of your stamp is going to be stamped beautifully on there. So definitely, if you're going to get these today, get your hands on some of our low tack tape, whether it's just the single reel or that stack, because it's really going to help when laying down your tags so that you can stamp them really, really beautifully onto your tag pads.
Then what else I've done, just for an extra little bit of security, just in case it does wobble in any way, I've lined my top corner of my tag up here with the 1-inch mark, so if there is any movement at all, I know exactly where to put my tag back.
It's very true.
So we're just going to place this on here, just have a little squiggle round till you're happy with how it's placed on. But I am actually going to trim this one off the tag later, so it doesn't have to be 100% perfect. So I'm going to pick that up, give it a good press down. And for this, I'm going in with the Memento ink, because I'm going to be colouring in my alcohol markers.
So many people are loving the detail of these stamps. Jackie says these are absolutely gorgeous stamps. They are truly, truly beautiful. They are just a dream to work with as well. I think once you get them and you start stamping with them, so many more ideas come to life. They've got so much fussy cutting capability, and even if you just want to make simple tags, embossing powders, wow, they look stunning. Heat embossed.
We might give you a little demonstration of that later on. So I'm just making sure this is really well pressed down all the way over, because there's a lot of detail that we want it to pick up on there. Look at that, perfect.
It's stunning, isn't it?
Absolutely. Proper one of those reveal moments. So we just carefully take this off now. And should we do a bit of colouring in?
Let's go for it.
I mean, they are so stunning just in the black and white, but that's right, I'm going to keep my background black and white later on, and then the colour of this one will really, really, really pop. So I've picked out a selection of kind of like pastel shades here. So we've got the 484 for lavender, 557 for like a blushy kind of pink colour, 515 is like a peachy tone, 455 a blue that's going to be background, 414 for my leaves, and warm grey one which will be for my cogs. So obviously I'm not going to colour the whole thing today, but I'll give you a little demonstration of how it starts coming together. And I'm keeping these quite tonal. I'm just, if I want to add any depth, I'm not going in with any additional colour. I'm just using the same marker to darken up. So just like at the base of the petals. So we'll just do a couple of leaves just so you get an idea. And it's one of those, again, there are some quite fine details on here, but like we said before when we're colouring with our alcohol markers, if you barely touch the tip to your cardstock, you can get in there.
Yeah, it has that really nice effect of when you're colouring in with these, the colour bleeds quite ever so slightly, so just the slightest touch and you're going to be able to cover quite a large space with these.
So like with the petals here, I'm not going in with another shade of colour. If I want to add any darkness, I'm just going to go back over and it will layer up and just add that little bit of depth onto itself. So then I'm going to take my peach tone, and I'm going to use this for my centre of my flower and my little stems coming out. And again, I'm just going to leave that to dry while I do the others.
This is going to be so beautifully vibrant, Kat. I love it.
So I'll take this round here. And like you said, if you just give it a couple of seconds to dry itself and then go back in and add some definition with that same tone. Again. And these have all got the like little highlight lines drawn on, so you know exactly where to add that dark shade. And then shall we do the outside? So I'm just taking that kind of soft lavender tone. And I'm starting with the colourful one today because I do warn you my other designs have gone a bit more down the steampunky route. They're a bit darker, so I thought I'd start with something bright and colourful for you today.
I think that's what's beautiful about these, is that you can make them as colourful or as vintage or as monochrome as you like, depending on how you want to colour them, what mediums you want to use. You can even get really quite jazzy and use your pearlescent powders to colour these in, and that's going to give it an amazing metallic look. They are going to look different every single time.
So we'll just do this cog here, and the tip just going in lightly fills in those little coggy bits on the cog. Don't know what they're called. Teeth. The teeth, aren't they? There we go. I did know. Just needed a second for my brain to kick into gear. Like I said, nothing too fancy. The colour in so easy. And then just to make it all really, really pop, we're going to go in. You've seen me do this 100 times before. These beautiful blue shades. Just round everything else. And it just really makes everything come to life. Just take your time. And just, I'll have to finish these in, even for just my thingy. And when you've coloured all that in, you should end up with something that looks like this.
Oh wow, look at that.
So that really pops. And then all I've done is I've just trimmed round to the black border.
Okay, to make it like a little bit
but it's
smaller.
still my tag, it's still got the hole in it here. So I'm just going to pop that out. Ooh, pokey tool, there we go. It's just because it's going to fit over another tag on the background of my card in a bit. So I am going to be making a 5 by 7 inch. This is a 10-fold card, so I've just cut it down from a 7 by 7 with my score line at the top. So I'm going to cut myself a piece for my background here, and I'm going to cut this to 5 1/4 by 7 1/4. And this is so we get that kind of semi-chunky border, white border around the edge. So I'm going to take my stamp off here now, and I'm going to replace it onto an acrylic block. Now, a little tip for you here, I was struggling at home the other day because I had no larger acrylic blocks. I'd got like my smaller one and this. So if you're not wanting to do it, you'll see I'm not using my stamping press for this because I'm stamping randomly all over. What you can do is if you turn the top of your mat over, you can stick it to the back and use that as an acrylic block.
Really large.
If you haven't got a stamping press and your acrylic block isn't big enough, things like CD cases and stuff work really, really well if you're in a bind. So again, with the Memento ink, and let me see if I've just got a little bit of scrap I can put down underneath, so I'm not marking the mat too much because I'm going to go over. Right, my first one, this is my key placement because I'm going to put this where I'm going to put my finished tag that I've already coloured in. So I want it coming off the edge of the card slightly, but I do want to get most of it on, and I want it at a little bit of an angle just to show it off.
This is so cool.
And then you can go around and just randomly stamp your block. Ooh, that one's just missed a little bit in the middle, but that one doesn't matter too much because we're going to be covering it with our main one. So now I just want you to take your block, and then you can just start stamping randomly around.
And obviously the more randomly you're doing it, sort of like you can create really nice different like shapes and levels here, can't you?
Absolutely. So this one I'm just going to turn upside down just so we get that corner edge and get more of that flower detail in there. And I'll just do one more and then I'll show you the finish. So we'll do one going up here. And you just carry on round. You can get your little corners into these bits here, and you should end up with something that looks like this when you're finished. And all I've done is I've then taken my ink pad and I've just gone around the edges just to blacken up that edge. But I don't want a full kind of like black matte layer.
I would have never thought to use the whole stamp to create a background with, but that looks incredible.
So just let me, I've got a little bit ink over here. I'm just trying to stay quite clean because I don't want to end up spoiling my work with the black spudgy fingerprints, which are a little bit of my signature style, but we'll carry on. So I'm just going to add this to my background of the card.
I think it's mesmerising watching people sort of like stamp and colour. It's so relaxing to see. It's really, really cool.
So we pop that on there, and just that very slim little bit of black around the sides just makes it really pop away against that background. And as you can see, we're going to add this over the top shortly, and I'm going to have it coming off the card because I like the detail, but I need to stamp onto it first, so I'm not going to do that. So for my sentiments, because the sentiments on here, they're non-specific, they're fabulous to work with the dies.
Yes.
So you've got like your growth, your beauty, your blossom that work beautifully with this, but they're not occasion based. So I am bringing in my new combos,
Of course.
that you won't be surprised to see me using. And I'm going to take Happy and Birthday. I have layered this up somewhere. Where have I put it?
Is there by the big machine?
There it is. So I've taken the Happy combo die, and I'm just going to cut this out of white because it's going to pick up. I'm going to add something in shortly that will make the white pop. So back and forth.
And I think that's why these are so beautiful, because you can just make these tags up and sort of colour them in, either maybe make cards with them or leave them to decide what you're going to finish your project with afterwards. But you can mix and match them with so many things. Maybe our essential sentiments, those stamp ones, you could use those with them so that they work with all different types of occasions. You can use what Kat's using here and use our combos, or maybe our amazing sentiments that we brought out with the backgrounds a couple of weeks ago. There's so many ways that you can mix and match with bits and pieces that you might already have.
Absolutely. So like I said, I've taken the birthday from there, but I'm going to take the beauty, so it's going to say Happy Birthday Beauty, which who doesn't want to hear that? So we'll take the birthday first. And these are quite a similar font, so they work quite well together. They're not identical, but they're similar. So I'm going to put my birthday coming down the side here. And then my beauty from the stamp set. Let's put that underneath. So stamping directly onto the tag.
What a beautiful way of using these.
So that is going to go on there, and then I've got this, but I want it to stand out more. So I've just cut myself a little rectangle of black card that's 4.5 by 4, and I'm just going to slide this underneath to the edge and then pop that back over the top. Just make sure that's placed so it's not seen through when we're thinking. And this just gives me that nice little standout that when I place this over, it's just going to make it pop out a little bit more. So I'm just going to go in flat.
Very edgy cap. It's kind of like a little like middle border without being like fully wrapped around the card.
Yes, yeah.
I really, really like the way that this is turning out.
Good. And then we can stick this back on here. I'm not going to go in with any foam pads or any layers because I've got to pop that sentiment on top, and it's so super skinny. I don't think I can very well hide my foam pads behind it. I want to keep it nice and flat so I can stick it down flat. So we add you on there.
And I like how it's just like popping off the side as well.
I mean, you could trim it down, that would work as well, but I just like that little bit of
it's a touch
quirkiness
of something
to it,
isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it might not be the most envelope friendly, but you've got the option. If you've not got a slightly bigger envelope that's going to fix it, then you can just trim it down to fit. So a little bit of dabby with my glue stick. And layer this over the top. Finish with a little bit of black ribbon. Pop that into the hole there, just to tie it all together.
This is incredible. I can't believe how fast that's come together. I've been mesmerised watching you put this together.
Just 1, 2, 3. The bow's probably going to drop off because it doesn't have enough time to dry, but you get the idea.
I love that. What a cool idea as well, using the tag to make the background. Honestly, I wouldn't have thought of that at all. It's amazing, isn't it, how inspired you can be by watching other people craft with the products that you've already used and that you're going to use. It just gives you so many cool ideas on how to make things when you get them home. I love that. So next, we have also added some coordinating products to go with it. One of them being our For the Love of Masks Stamp a Tag. This contains 2 6x6 masks. I've got them here for you. They are absolutely stunning. So you get both of them, and if you buy them together for £7.50, you're going to save £1.50. And remember, every single purchase that you make right now, you're also going to get your reward points. That amazing new scheme that started on Monday as part of our birthday surprise, you're going to get your reward points. So every single time you make a purchase, you're going to get those, and this is absolutely fantastic. I just love the way that Stacey has chosen both of these ideas. So if we break them down for you and look at them individually, because you can buy them individually if you want to, and I've got some boards here to show you how they look on white ink me, and I've used wild mushroom to colour over these as well using our blending tools. So both of them are in here. You've got your distressed metal textures, which is this one. And then you have your cogs and gears background, which is the one here, which is absolutely stunning. These look incredible heat embossed. They look incredible using sticky heat emboss powder, and then using your gilding flakes on top of them, because it gives that real nice metallic look. Absolutely incredible. And they perfectly coordinate with your tags to create backgrounds to layer on to your tags, and then add these elements on. If you're making cards, they work amazingly as bigger backgrounds, and then you can pop your tag on top of that too. They're absolutely incredible. And then the next thing we have to show you, and I did say we had another one coming, if you love using your watercolor pencils and you love using your markers, your brush markers, then this is another product for you guys. It's our essential watercolor card tag pad. It contains 60 tags, exactly the same size as our Alchemy version and our craft version, but we wanted to give it you on that incredible premium watercolor cardstock, because that way you would get the best out of this when using those watercolor based products. It's £7.99. Tag pad 103 is the code you want to be adding into your baskets if this is something that really interests you. If you've got the ink one already, you've got the craft one, you will know how incredible these are. Like we say, they're already die cut. You've already got that that hole at the top die cut, so you just have to pop it out. They are really fun for crafting with, and use them with any of your stamps really, because if you're making cards with your stamps, then how about making coordinating tags to go on gifts, to go on presents at Christmas, for birthdays. They're just perfect. £7.99 if you want to grab hold of that. Kat,
yes.
Do you think we're ready for another demo, or have I missed out on something? Let me look if I've missed out on something. I think I have, because I haven't actually showed you our incredible MDF shapes. Now, we've done another bundle for you. In here, you're going to get 65 MDF shapes. Let me just pick out the 3 different sizes that you're going to get, because they're really, really fun. I use these on every single project I made. This is the size of the bag that you're going to get. Height-wise, I would say they're about, the tallest one is about 1 inch high. The second one is about 3/4 of an inch, and then I'd say this one's just over 1/4 of an inch. They're really, really fun. So you've got 3 different sizes of these. I'm trying to show you them in as much detail as possible. They all fit together as well, so if you want to create that really nice cog effect, layer it up, heat emboss it, they're gonna work amazingly together. You're gonna get 65 of these in total, in a small, medium and large design. Some of them as well have still got the little holes in, and the little elements sheets as well, which you can use as little added extras. £9.99 if you want to get a hold of them. MDF 102 is your code. They are an absolute essential for adding onto your cards too. So I think we've shown you everything now that we've got coming up on the show. So are you ready for another demo?
I certainly am, yeah.
What are we using this time?
This time we are going to introduce those masks.
Oh, exciting.
We are going to introduce those cogs, and we're going to be doing a little bit of alchemy.
Alchemy?
Well, my version of it anyway. Making some potions. So, like we alluded to before, that your masks and these stamps work really, really well with your embossing powders. But to really give it that steampunky kind of look, I'm going to take 3. I've got a copper one here, a black and a gold, and I'm going to mix them together to get my own unique blend of,
this is fun,
of thingy. So I've just taken a spare little pot that I've got, and we're just going to put a bit of copper in. Make sure you've got plenty, because we're going to be
and also
using
you
this
can
for the
store
stamp
it,
and
can't
the mask.
you?
Yes, yeah. So what I would recommend is, once you get an empty pot, save it, and then you can always use that for, and then you can always use that for any little of your own concoctions that you want to make. Just put a little bit of black in there.
It makes it really rustic with that black. Gives it that sort of like deep effect.
And then we'll go in with a bit of gold, just to give it that extra bit of Okay, I'm going to hope that's enough for the back of my design, but I can always add to it later if not. So now I'm going to use my craft pad. I'm going to be making like a little gift box or candle holder or something like that, depending how you want to use it. So I've got 2 of my pads here. One I'm going to stamp onto, and the other one I'm going to mask on. Use the mask. So let's do our stamp first, if I can find where I've put my craft pad. So I'm going to do this exactly the same again. Line it up to my one. Go in with a little bit of tape just to hold it in place. And this time I have picked our glorious lion friend. So I'm just going to line him up on top of that pad. Top of my, moving everything about. Go in. And pick him up. Oh, you see, I'm not quite caught in there, so I'm going to put him back down. But I know with him being lined up on that one position.
Having too much tape on there is sometimes not a bad thing.
Yeah, I know.
It's good.
It's just, I want to make sure I get all my stamp on. And I'm conscious as well because it can leave a slight sticky residue.
Oh,
so
yeah.
when I go over with the embossing powder, I'm just going to make sure. I think I have in my box of wonders, I did have an anti-static bag, just to make sure I take that down beforehand. So this time we want Versamark, and this is the magic ink that's going to make your embossing powder stick, and this works just as well on craft card as anything else.
It looks so gorgeous on craft card. And I think now that's why it's amazing that we have, apart from the black, maybe we'll have to squeeze the team to do like a black version for all of our stampers, because we have all of our mediums now, apart from that one, in tag form. So you can get your watercolour one, you can get the craft one that Kat's using, you can get the normal Ink Me. So we have all of them for you apart from the black. So maybe
I think we definitely need
maybe
a black
when Anne-Marie's
one,
in, we'll have to mention that one. We need a black one, because I think it would be phenomenal with your white embossing powders.
So you can see that's caught all over there. So bring in that scrap bit of paper that I had from before, and wherever I've put my magical concoction, I'm going to sprinkle this over now.
And it's a good, having all the different colours as well, even though you've combined them in the way that you have, you'll have bits of pieces that are more of one colour than another, won't you?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So I'm going to give this a shake over to make sure everything's been touched. And a little flick off. And as you can see, we've just got that little bit of excess down the side, but if you just take a little dry brush,
oh yeah, you can get that off quite easily.
You can get that off. But to be fair, when we're going with something a little bit more rustic like this, it doesn't have to be.
No, I think that, and I also
perfect.
thought that if you were going to do this and you wanted to give it even more of a rustic look, once I'd added my embossing powder, just sort of like smudged in certain areas.
Yeah.
So it gave it even more of a rustic feel. I absolutely love this image. Very, very regal.
He is so much fun, isn't he? So in with our heat gun. Couldn't find the word then. Ooh, sounded a little bit. And it seems to catch on the craft card a little bit quicker, doesn't it? There must be something in it that really helps heat it up. So that's him done, and I hope it picks up on camera. It's very subtle, but it just gives you that lovely reflection.
It's gorgeous.
So let's work onto our back pad now. And what I'm going to do with this one, and I'm going to do it onto the scrap, and I'm going to take this time I'm going to take the stencil, and I'm just going to place this over where I'm going to get a good coverage of gaps coming through, and I'm just going to secure it with a little bit of tape so it's not moving too much around. And then with a nice juicy verse mark, you want to use your newest one for this. Don't go using your oldest one.
No, we need all of that ink sort of secured in there, don't we?
Yeah, I'm just going to work our way around, give it a good squidge through
you
the
can
gaps.
actually see where it's gone through because it's a lot deeper, the colour of the craft card. Do you know what I'd be doing as well, Kat? I'd be using the reverse here now.
Yes.
So I'd be flipping it over and popping that reverse on so you get everything but the cogs heat embossed. Don't waste that juiciness.
Look at that. So you definitely know you've got everything on there. So absolutely the same again. Back in with your powder. Say a little prayer that I've got enough, but like I said,
you will do. A little goes a long way with this.
You can always give it a shake over and catch all those other spots. Yeah, there we go. Plenty. Just the right amount. So just going to give it a little shake, make sure we're catching everything, then reverse it onto the back, give it a tap down.
This is looking incredible.
And like I said, there's some bits here that it's caught because I've not gone over with an anti-static bag, but for this kind of look I think that's absolutely fine. So same again.
I wonder how many people are as mesmerised as I am watching all of this, because there's not been that many comments in today's show, so I think everyone must be staring at their screens. It is so beautiful. But lots of people watching.
Just not very chatty today.
Unless it's the Wi-Fi, it could be the Wi-Fi. Just not bringing them through. If you've got these in your baskets and you're buying them already, I would love to know what you plan on doing with them. Are you going to make tags for friends? Are you going to make tags for different occasions? Are you going to use them on cards? Are you going to use your heat embossing? Are you going to use gilding flakes? What are your inspirations here watching Kat? What are you going to do with them when you get them home?
Now I'm just going to take a tiny little bit of our Versafine and I'm just going to very lightly go over just to help that detail stand out. It might look like at first it's dulling the shine of your image. I can't find my words today, but if you just give it a little rub over with your finger, just make sure you clean your finger off after, it will come back to.
It also makes it look a little bit more
grungy,
doesn't it? Like that.
So now what we're going to do with these two is these are going to be the front and the back of a little box I'm going to make. So what I want you to do is, I'm sure if you're the kind of person that has craft tags in your stash, you're also going to have some craft cards.
You are.
So we are going to cut this down to, I measured my tag pad and if I'm correct it was just over 3 1/4 inches. So I'm going to cut this to 3 1/4 inches.
Susie says she's going to do the heat embossing like Kat's done. It looks absolutely awesome. It really does.
And then this way along, to keep it nice and square, I'm going to do it to 9 3/4, which is that 3 1/4 tripled.
So many people are saying they are engrossed in watching Kat. I think we all are.
Oh, thank you. So now we're just going to score at our 3 1/4 and then 6 1/2. And I promise this is going to come together quite quick now. So these are going to be the basic sides for our little holder box thing. Then bring back in your craft card and cut yourself a square to make a little box to sit inside. We're going to go 5 inches by 5 inches here. That's perfect. And then we're going to score 1 inch round each way, and that'll take us to a little 3-inch size box with inch sides. It'll just sit perfectly inside that we've just made. So cut out our little notches. Last but not least, then you've seen us do this 100 times before. Fold it all up, score it. You can stick it together using your construction glue or your tape. I've just done one earlier. I did it with my construction glue and just used my little pegs to make sure it was held together. And this then will sit in here perfectly.
I love this. And I love using your tags to make boxes like this. They're perfect for little tiny trinkets and gifts.
Yes, absolutely. Or like if you're gifting candles and things like that.
Little wax melts, they will be super cool in something like this.
So we're just going to pop that in there. And then just add our tags back onto the bases here. So I'm going to put my craft glue on this section, and then I know none of the glue is going to be showing if I accidentally go too far on my tag. So one for the back.
Such a good idea to use the mask to create the back as well. Love that.
And one on the front. And like I said, you can take this so much further with your extra details in your design, but I just wanted to give you the basic idea today.
Tracy, our scoreboard has box making technology, which means we've already worked out the measurements for you and put it into our scoreboard to give it. So when you make your boxes, you do your lids on the, is it the right?
Lids is the left side.
Lids is the left side, bases is the right side. So the way it's designed, if you have a scoreboard and you look at it really closely, you've got a little bit of an extra spacing on one of the sides, and this means that you do the top on one side, the bottom on the other side, and then because we've already worked it out for you, and that that's already in the scoreboard, your lids and your tops just fit on perfectly. So that's the reason why we do it. So it's not a daft question. It's just a really, it's kind of interesting actually. A good way of showing how our scoreboards work.
And there we go, just a lovely like little trinket box, but just using your tags in a different way.
Love that. So cool. So aren't they absolutely incredible? We are going to get another demo out of Kat before we go, but I wanted to show you again, because I'm sure you'll have seen it already, but our fabulous new Diamond Club gift. Now if you watched on Monday's show, you will know all the ins and outs about our fantastic new Club Hunky Dory Diamond membership, which you can go online and buy. It's £19 to do so, £19.99. When you become a Diamond Club member here at Hunky Dory, you're automatically going to receive one of these incredible gifts, which is absolutely jam-packed. We've got toppers in here, we've got element sheets in here, we've got edge-to-edge foil cardstock, papers, and it's in this most beautiful dusky floral design. It's absolutely stunning. There's so many really cool benefits as well with our Diamond Club membership. So not only are you going to receive that kit, but you're going to receive priority dispatch on all of your orders. If you order today and you've got that priority dispatch, you're going to receive it on all of your orders. So if you do it now, it's going to be picked and packed straight away. So as soon as a order comes through and you're a Diamond member, then that's going to be printed and given to the dispatch team straight away. So you get priority on your dispatch. You're also going to get reward points, which is really, really fun. So if you are a Club Hunky Dory Diamond member, you're going to get double reward points. So if you're just a member of the Hunky Dory Club, you're still going to get these reward points, which is really, really fun. But you're going to get one for every £1 you spend on the website. If you're a Diamond Club member, then you're going to get 2. You can also, which I absolutely love about this, is that you can use them to pay for purchases. So once you've racked up all of your points, you can use some of those points to pay for some of your purchases. Even if you just want to use, say, 10 of the points, then you can use them on your order. You can literally type in how many points you want to use and take it, discount it off your order. It's really, really incredible. You can spend these on items of your choice throughout the year, so it's another really cool reason to be part of Club, our Diamond Club here at Hunky Dory. So if you are a Platinum member and you're watching, you've not heard about this at all, then do not worry, because you will have been automatically upgraded to a Diamond member, and you will have received an email about that. So have a little look on that. But to celebrate this week during our 9th birthday Club Hunky Dory celebration, you will receive an extra 500 points for orders £30 and over, and these are going to be added to your account automatically. So it's an even better reason to get purchasing not only this, but some of the fantastic deals we've got on offer this week. But we're going to do a little recap about everything tomorrow, so you'll know all the ins and outs. So make sure you join us tomorrow for a full download on our Diamond Club and some incredible demos from Becca using that fantastic kit. Some incredible cards though, just to inspire you with this collection. They are absolutely beautiful. A lovely little DL there. We've got one here using the papers, and those really nice element sheets which have got those initials on. I love that. This is really cute as well, mixing and matching them, having half of the edge to edge foil with your printed cardstock on that one there. This is beautiful. Who's made this? Wow, I love that. I love the way that you've got that floral imagery cascading down there. That is gorgeous. Personalised cards, you're going to be able to make those. This one here with the wreath, using the element sheet. You've got some of that green, beautiful edge to edge foiling on there. We've got this one as well. What a lovely, beautiful collection this is. Absolutely stunning. They're gonna love it. They're going to absolutely adore receiving cards with this one. This one's really pretty as well. Look at this. I love that. It's got a little L end on it as well. I wonder if that was made for me. Might just
It was. Marie did it on the show on Monday. Aww. And she said she was sticking it in her now for Nat.
Isn't she so cute? And then this one's got a case. I'm guessing that's for Kelly. Did she stick ones on for everyone? Are we going to need to make ones for more of the team? More of the team. I think that's what we're going to have to do. Tomorrow I'm going to have to task Becca with making sure that there's one for everyone in all of her demos. But absolutely gorgeous collection. Love, love, love it. Shall we repeat the Win It Weekly question as well before we go? Because this is a whopper of a prize. 7 people are going to win this. It is our birthday bonanza party pieces stamp and moonstone die bundle. Your dies cut out these incredible birthday themed stamps. All you need to do is like, share and comment on this video or any this week. Guess the cost of the world's most expensive birthday party. Thank you, Gemma. She's just made the screen bigger so I can read the small writing. 27.2 million, 13.7 million, or 33.4 million. Wowzers, they must have been.
I hope you didn't have to pay for your own drinks.
Parties. No, I don't think so. For that price, the drink should have been thrown in.
I think so.
I think you should have got like a bottle of champagne as well for each person in a little party bag. It's incredible. Okay, let's have a look at last chance at an incredible demo from Kat.
Okay. First up, I just want to apologise because I did say I was going to use the cogs in the last demonstration, and I forgot.
You didn't add them on?
No, I was going to heat emboss them as well and put them on.
It's
and
okay.
I just found them
we
when
can
I
add
was
them to this
up.
one.
But they're going on this one, so don't worry. So I have got my mixed media mat out, which means I'm going to do some messy crafting. I've already been quite messy today. So I am going to make the most of our new watercolour tag pads. And we're going to combine these with our Prism Glimmer Mists. So I'm obviously a creature of habit because I have managed to pick out 3 colours the same as my embossing powders before, but it's the kind of colours that work with these. So give them a good shake up, get all that mica powder shining about in there, and I'm just going to go onto my mat really randomly. That was the bronze penny.
These are perfect to use with these as well.
The glamorous gold.
Amazing little additions for creating backgrounds and then stamping on too. So much fun.
Got a bit more with the gold on top because I want it to really pick up that. And then I'm just going to take a punt and I'm just going to start dabbing this in.
I'm nervous.
So am I.
It'll look fantastic though, I'm sure.
So just keep turning it over. You just want to make sure everything's covered.
And of course, because this is our incredible watercolour tag pad, it's really gonna take in all of those incredible juices from your glimmer mist and actually kind of avoid sort of bending in.
Yeah, it will. You'll see when you start drying it out with your heat gun, it will bend up a little bit, but it easily moulds back into place.
The beauty of art.
So I'm just going to pop that to the side there before I go too far in with my
glimmer mist.
Yeah. Can't get my words out today. And then I'm just going to take another piece of watercolour cardstock and I'm just going to dab this over here as well so I can use some of those beautiful words on my how much fun is this? You just no card is going to be the same because you just go in.
That's the beauty.
Just give it a swirl around and you can see all those colours coming together.
I love that.
So quick clean up because I am the messiest messy person ever. So when you add mess to the situation, it can always be a bit of a disaster, but you just see a little baby wipe or 2 just to get the bulk off, just so I'm not shouted at next time when somebody else comes to use it.
Oh no, you won't be.
Thinking. But look how quick that cleans up. We love our multimedia mat.
It's great for stuff like this as well, isn't it, when you want to get really messy.
Mixed media, not multimedia. What am I like? Doesn't start playing Netflix and stuff like that. So now we go in with our heat gun, and this might just take a few seconds because it is quite wet on there. But what I love about this as well is that if you've got that excess liquid on top, you can push it round a little bit just to create more fab patterns in it.
Those darker edges of colours as well. And as well, if you wanted to increase some of your darker edges, then once it's dry, there is no stopping you going back in and adding even more colour on top of here.
Absolutely. So I want to make sure it's really, really dry because I am going to be stamping over the top of it. So I really want to make sure we are absolutely bone dry. I'll set that to the side just to let it cool down while I dry this one off, and then I can come back and check.
I love all
Sorry
the
if this is an awful lot of heat gun noise, but needs must. I'm just going to make sure this centre part's really dry here, because this is where I'm going to be adding a few of those little words in a bit. Yeah, we just have a feel, just to make sure.
It looks so pretty already.
What this would be great for, it must have been one of the cards that's gone down to telly. I think it was one that Becca did, where she had a background and then she she stamped onto a piece of vellum with the tag and cut it round and put it over. So this would be really great for like your background one and then a vellum on top.
I don't know if I have it here. Let me see.
Is it in there?
It might have gone to telly. I think it did. It was very cool though. Very, very cool.
But now that our gallery's back up and running again,
I know,
it'll probably
it
end up in there,
I'm
won't
sure.
it? So you will be able to see it.
Have a look on the hub.
So I want you to do this twice. I want you to do it on 2 tags, because we're going to fussy cut in just to be able to layer it up a bit. So you can see there's one that I've already done here, and I'm going to cut this clock out in a bit, but we'll get my tag and we're going to put it on here. Now for this one I'm going to do it a little bit differently.
Oh, okay.
And it might backfire on me, but it's just another way of
showing you how you can stamp.
How you can stamp if it's just not. If I don't know, because some of these bigger blocks, they can be a little bit hard to handle.
Yeah, it's the pressure, isn't it, as well?
Yeah.
Making sure that that pressure is all the way through.
So it probably would have helped if I'd have put my stamp on my block a little bit straighter. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this over the top. This has worked for me every time, but it won't now. It'll be wonky donkey, but who cares? If it's not right, I can mix and match my layers. I can cut my circle out of this one, my clock out of this one. And then I take another acrylic block or the back of your I need to eat a dictionary today. I can't find any word whatsoever. Your ink pad. And just give that a good rub over, and it will just do the same effect, just slightly backwards. So let me have a look. Which one am I going to use from the back and which one am I going to use? I think
I'd use that one as the front.
this one is my clock. Cut my
Yeah.
clock out of here. Yeah, because this one's got a little bit more depth. So just going to go in.
There's so many cool ways of using these though, isn't there? I've got some incredible examples to show you as well, because they are so pretty and so different as well. Everyone's done different things with them. Some have gone really grungy, some have gone really out there with their colours, and they all work beautifully. So whether you are really into steampunk and you love that grungy effect, then you can definitely do that with these, as we've shown you. But also if you want to do like sort of just, you love the imagery and you want to do sort of lighter colouring, you can do that as well.
Oh, there's so many different directions you can take them. And like I said, they are ones that just, if you just do them monotone, either in your blacks and whites or your browns and whites, or even like a really vibrant colour like a hot pink or something like that, keep it all one tone, they can really, really be just as effective. Let's trim this bit off here. So I've just gone in, I've cut that out, and I'm just going to stick it back over the top just to add that little bit of,
I love that,
definition, just to make it stand out a bit more. Okay, so now we've got our standout feature, let's start making our cards. So I'm going to do an 8x4 because they work really well on this size of card as well. So I am going to take some of our black stamping card, and I've got some of our Matastic here. I think that's the warm oak and the magnolia, but I could be wrong.
No, I think you're right.
So let's cut myself a matten layer. Don't let me forget to go back and stamp my words, and don't let me forget to do the tags. So cut this to 3 notches under the 4 by 3 notches under the 8. So that'll go there, and then I want a panel that's going to go down. So again, we're going to cut this one to, I want it going all the way, so this will be 8 inches long. But then I think 2 inches, 2 enough, maybe 2 1/4 to come down here, and then I'm going to go with the warm oak. So we'll cut this back again to 3 notches under the 8. And it'll be
so cool.
3 notches under the 2 1/4, which will just be 1 notch over the 2.
Good colour combinations here.
And we'll layer all this up. So I'm just sparingly using what I've got left of the construction glue. I believe it is back in stock very, very soon.
It is. Keep your eyes peeled. We've got loads of incredible things coming. They should be. I think they've either already been delivered or they're being delivered in the next 2 days or so. But if you are in need of your construction glue, if you are in need of a craft knife, quite possibly, then keep your eyes peeled because they shall be here very, very soon on Hunky Dory TV.
And again, I'm just going to give a shout out to Becca because I have pinched this layout from her because I got the idea for doing the effect on the tag, but I couldn't figure out how to put it onto a card. I couldn't get it to work. So I was like, let me have a look at the things you've done. So the layout I have pinched from Becca, so big props to her for this one.
Always inspiring each other here, aren't we, in the office?
We really, really are.
I love it.
And there's never any, we love inspiring each other. There's never any like jealousy or anything from it, is there? It's always, let me see what you've done. I need help. What can I do with this?
I love these colours and how they're coming together.
They proper work, don't they?
It's gorgeous.
So then we are going to pop him back up. I'm going to shove him a little bit, and this is the beauty of your construction glue, that you can still move him about if you want a little bit of wiggle room.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Gorgeous. I'm going to use my Prism Mist as a glue then.
I don't think that would have stayed for quite some time.
No, probably not. I will pop the tag down here. So while that's drying off, I'm going to go back to this piece and I'm going to find some of my lovely little sentiments. So let's take Dream and Live a Moment. If I take a big enough block, hopefully I can put them all on one thing and then still have plenty of room to cut around them. I have made such a mess today.
That's the best thing about crafting like this though.
I've now lost my Versamark.
Versamark's there.
No, I didn't mean that. I meant my Versafine. Oh, it won't matter. Let's use a memento. It's me going to Lally.
It'll be somewhere. You'll find it.
It definitely will be somewhere.
Finish.
It'll be hidden under some of my mess somewhere. It's there. It's hidden under my phone pads. I've seen it straight away as soon as you stop looking. So these can go anywhere on here. There we go, and then we're just going to take our scissors, cut round them roughly. It just all adds to that extra grungy effect. I am going to cut into them more than this. I'm just cutting them out so it's easier to work round. So just cut them into little strips.
It's so cool, isn't it?
And that's the great thing about your Prism Mist. You could just spend a day making up backgrounds that you could pop into a file and then pull out and use them when you want.
That's so true. You do like different, like really fun, colourful ones, and then grungy ones, and then file them all in like your storage genie.
Yeah.
Label them up.
A little bit of foam pad on here just to reflect in that height of the extra clock face that we put on before. So we'll have Dream. I need to leave room for some cogs to go on. Moment. Live. So then we'll bring in our cogs. And what I'm going to do with these, because they're just a little bit, although that does kind of work, doesn't it?
I think it works, though.
So I might just do a mixture. I might keep one that colour, and then you can also colour these in with your craft markers.
Yep. Craft markers, heat emboss them, you can ink them, because you obviously have that porous texture from the wood. If you want to be really, really fancy and you have sort of the decoupage sort of tissue paper, you can decoupage them.
So what we found
really
works
cool.
really, really well for sticking these down as well is our glue dots. Especially if you're sticking them onto things like this where we've used a bit of mixed media. So if you just pop them on the back.
Oh, it saves so much time. And your fingers, because if you're going to use a heat gun here,
Yeah.
that glue would just come out through all of the little...
all the holes, come back to burn you. So we'll stick a couple down there.
What a good colour match.
And then we'll have a couple on the top.
Epic cards today, Kat.
Thank you.
Absolutely love them. It's been mesmerising. I've just been sat here staring at the screen.
Sorry they've taken a while, but they're just one of those products that can't be rushed.
So true.
They deserve the time to be shown off. There we go. And then you could add whatever sentiment you wanted to make that work. Oh, I've not put it on my card, but you get the idea.
Love it. It's so grungy.
Beautiful.
And I love how with each sort of turn you get a brown, but then you get a bit of gold, and then you get a bit of black. Absolutely
Shine coming through
gorgeous.
there on the camera.
Thanks, Kat. Absolutely
You're welcome.
awesome. Some other incredible makes that we have to show you. Bex has done this one, stamping it on just regular black card and then cutting around it. But this is definitely a reason why we should bring it out in black. I'm going to get Anne-Marie to look at that. Beautiful background as well, using some adorable scribble. Something a little bit more fun that Jessica's done for us here is do it in sort of purple tones, which is really, really lovely. Samantha really has shown off how noble this lion looks in colouring it in. It also kind of looks like a little aperture window and he's like poking through. I adore this one as well. So fun, using it in a completely different way and sort of removing the elements from the tag. This is crazy. Look at this, Bex with her super crazy colours here, using the pinks and the purples and the oranges. That shows it off in a totally different way, doesn't it? We've got it on the craft card in white.
So
that
pretty.
looks beautiful. And look at those background masks as well. They're putting in all of that detail. Another really fun one here. Samantha's heat embossed it in her silver. Again, she stamped that on our black stamping card and cut it out on the black, but we'll definitely ask about getting that done. I like this little trio as well with the mask used there and the lion in the middle. And we've got this one which is super funky. Again, another one which uses the thing in the background. Really fun. So many really cool examples of how to use these, and I'm so excited to see what everyone else does with them at home as well. So make sure you're always sharing your makes with us as well, so we can show them across not only just on Hungry Dory TV but on the hub as well. So I think that is all we've got time for today though. An incredible deal for you. You can buy everything individually or you can get it in the multi-buys where you're going to save all the money by doing that. So you can get all 4 stamp sets in that multi-buy of £20. You're going to save £12 getting them all individually, but if it's just one you like, then you can get them all for £8. Or they're, as always, they're on our A6 3 for 2, so if you've got another A6 stamp that you've been wanting for a while, then you could do it in that way, whichever suits you. We've also got the masks available for you in the multi-buy of £7.50, and then you can get the added extras like our cogs for £9.99 and that watercolour tag pad. So have a look online, Hungry Dory Crafts, and shop till you drop. Remember, if you have already ordered and are now part of our Diamond Club, then every single order that you place over £30 this week, you're going to get 500 points added to your account. So remember, whatever you purchase this week, you're going to have that added as well. So make sure you have a look at all of the fantastic offers. Me and Rebecca are going to be back tomorrow with a recap of our fantastic new Diamond membership, and we'll tell you all about it then. If you're still needing a crafting fix this afternoon, then join Pauline on Hobby Maker. She's going to be there twice today. She is going to be showing you at 2 p.m. some ways in which you can use our amazing Delightful Roses decoupage collection. Is back in stock with them after selling out 3 times, and then at 4 p.m. she's going to be there with some amazing For the Lovers stamps deals. So if stamping is really what you love, then head over for some absolute bargains, and then me and Becca will be back tomorrow. So have a fantastic rest of your day and we'll see you all again then.